mind if I look like this? Oh my goodness. Hello, welcome to my PhD life. I don't know what I call this channel these days because it's not called that yet because you're 3 years in front of me. I've got quite a lot to say and I hope it makes some sense. I'm driving back. It's been a very long drive and I've still got 3 hours to go. I'm driving back from North Wales, going home. And the reason is I had massive anxiety yesterday, and then today it turns out that my mum, who's had her second heart attack, is going to be sent home from hospital, still with a blockage in her artery, because to do an angiogram is a bit invasive for her at her age and given her condition. So I just want to talk to you quickly about phenomenology and something that I heard on a course last night. So I turned up at this new place last night and there was zero signal for the phone at all, nothing. There was fighter jets kept going over because they was training, because I was right in the mountain ranges and they was training in and out of the mountains, and that was so scary. The mountains were huge and they were monstrous, but I did get loads of writing done. But anyway, while I was on my phenomenology course, in and out of the sketchy, what's it called? Hang on, let me just check these. Oh, that's not going to move. In and out of the sketchy internet that I had. I think my dog's taken my lane control off from this car. Oh no, it's still there. That's cool. Excuse me. Sorry. Somebody mentioned about, I think it's Heidegger, who, in case you don't know, in case you're just following this because you're a PhD person, I'm doing phenomenology, and Martin Heidegger was the philosopher that I'm kind of finding out about and whatnot. So apparently he said anxiety is the feeling of not being home, and I was like, oh my god, I love that. Now it was weird because obviously I wasn't at home and I was feeling as though I did want to be at home, so it's very heightened, that emotion. It's very much like, oh my goodness, yes, I totally get that's what that is. But if you think about, say if you're in a relationship that causes you a load of anxiety, perhaps they aren't home, do you know what I mean? Or your job might not be the right job and that might not feel like home. Whereas you do something else, you're like, oh my god, this is so me, this is so, and that feels good, and you won't be getting anxiety when you're, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I totally get that. You could go to, let's think of what else, you could go to a music concert that's not your regular thing that you'd go to and feels a bit uncomfortable. Why does it feel uncomfortable? It's not home, and therefore it can fuel your anxiety. And I just thought, I really like that, I'm really going to take that with me. So I was sitting there thinking, I was too tired to drive home, I was absolutely exhausted last night, so I was like, so I'd driven up from Tenby in Wales up to the north of the country to go and discover this thing about myself, and I found out what it is. I found out. So the thing is, I very much strive and push and want to be this amazing person that everyone goes, oh my god, isn't she amazing? Did you realise Louise has done this in her life, and she's, and I've proven myself now. I've proven myself to me. And other people that might swing by go like, oh, did you know she's done this? And then they carry on with their day and they don't really give too much of a monkeys. And I'm spending all this time trying to prove something that's actually possibly making me a little bit ill as well. So now it's time to know, I've raised these two children who are fantastic. They are great. They've really been looking after mum while I've not been there, and I really appreciate that from them. And I'm going to put them on, sorry, I know it's a bit disconnected, and I'm really white, like I really need to get my tan going. I think my lovely friend is texting me on Instagram. Don't know why you need to know that, but anyway, so I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I've proven these things to myself now. No, I can manage without them. Proven to myself that, I've done a good job. I've worked really, really hard in my life, and now I'm all about this phenomenology and writing, and I want to be the best human at doing that I possibly can. But probably my number one thing because I'm just about to start some medication. Not just about to start it, I'm about to start being screened for this medication that's gonna, you know, knock my immune system so that it doesn't keep beating me up. And that was a big realisation when they phoned up and told me that, because that was a bit scary. So I've got to go and have loads of bloods done and things, and I was a bit like, ugh. But anyway, I foremostly have to put my health first. And you know, I looked at there's a girl I follow online, her name's Stephanie, and she got a PhD, I think, at Oxford, I think, and she's quite smart, needless to say, and she's phenomenology. She's phenomenology of religion, so mine's obviously phenomenology of health. And she's just packed up from the UK and gone back to the States. I don't know what she's doing, because she's very cryptic with her messages that she posts, but I'm seeing her doing a lot of bachata, which is a dance, in case you don't know. And I'm thinking, has she had that kind of realisation that I have, that you're striving all the time to prove that you are somebody? Well, I am somebody, you know, and I know that, and I was put on this earth for some reason or another, even if that was just to have my children, but I don't think it was. I think it was to tell my stories of tragedy. And I'm thinking now, I want to kind of help people who would like to write for trauma but don't. I would like to help with that in some way that's not monetary gain. I don't know. I feel as though hopefully I've got enough of an income now that I don't need to keep doing. Oh my god, I'm just going past Oxford. Look at that law of attraction. Way. So yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's taken a lot of doing, and it doesn't matter sometimes with these things how much someone says to you, oh, did you know you're XYZ? And you're like, oh yeah, I am. You know, go within, find it in yourself. You need to come up with that by yourself. And I think I have, and I think the fact that I did this amazing thing to say, oh look, I've gone to Wales and I've done this, you know, it was a pilgrimage of self, and I have made this massive realisation, and I'm proud of myself for owning up to that. And I want to try, it's not going to be easy, but to go back to life, just take things a little easier. I've got quite a lot of projects on the go at the moment, so I do need to kind of tie those ends up, but ultimately I need to be making sure I exercise and eat right, and I need to lose some weight. You've seen over the years, you know, my weight goes up, down, and it's up at the minute. So yeah, get good sleep, eat right, exercise, try and be chill, not be anxious. So there you go, anxiety. It's a feeling of not being at home. So there we go. Martin Heidegger. Thank you for your philosophy, sir. Right, see you guys later. Bye for now.